Love, Simon, 2018. I saw this in the cinema 7 years ago, and I liked it a lot, and I think now it's slightly, um, dated, but I'll explain why. It's more that it's simply focuses on just the G as such, LG, rather than a lot more of the LGBTQIA+ community. It stars um, Nick Robinson as Simon in his teenage years. He's like probably 16, 17 years old, and he's in the closet. And he explains how tough it is. I mean, he's sort of like run. He gets there's flashbacks, and when he's a bit younger, one of his friends tells him that she fancies him, and he runs away. I mean, his best friends are Leia, Abby, Nick, and they're all pretty cool, but they're all straight, and he's gay. And he hasn't told anyone. He hasn't told his parents, his mother and father, played by Jennifer Garner and Josh Duhamel, and they think they're good parents, and in many ways they are. Um, but um, they they don't realise how awkward it is. I mean, they're fairly modern, and when it comes to him coming out, they aren't too bad. Apart from the father makes some jokes which kind of upsets Simon's mother and sister. I get the impression. It's just awkward. But before that, he's so what happens is that someone in his class comes out anonymously, as in on online or on some bulletin board, and so they become the gossip of the place, as in this gay lad says that he just gives a code name Blue, and everyone's trying to guess who he is, and Simon is trying to guess who could it be. And there's like this party where Simon's dressed as John Lennon, and he's talking to Nick, and he explains why he doesn't fancy. Well, he gets into all this awkwardness, but he just doesn't want to reveal that he's gay. And what happens is he emails Blue and signs off as Jack, and so all this sort of these messages go between Jack and Blue, and there's he's trying to find out who he is, and he actually um gets the right person, then makes a mistake because he sees that person, that man or boy kissing a girl, and thinks, right, it's not him. Um, and that's awkward because, I mean, for a start, what about bisexual people by erasure? So there's the one really good thing is like he asks, what about um, coming out? Coming out has been so awkward. Why is it that straight is the default? And there's this sequence where the straight members of his class come out to their parents, and you can imagine the reactions, which are in some cases a bit horrified. It's like, oh gosh, what on earth, you know, please help me, simply because um, their kids come out as straight. Um, so this awkwardness, and then the worst thing is probably for Simon is he's in the library emailing Blue, and he gets distracted, forgets to lock the computer off, and a classmate, Martin, comes across the emails, and he fancies one of Simon's friends, Abby, and he blackmails Simon to try and um, manipulate the situation so he's going out with her. Oh, and it's so cringe and so awkward. And Simon goes along with it, and that is so you can see this being a recipe for disaster, and it could threaten all the friendships. I mean, it's just and then there's this awkward situation at a football game, humiliation all round. There's all these like real cringe moments, um, but it does show it's not easy being closeted as gay. It's probably harder in some ways than the one gay kid who's out, although the bullies will pick on anyone. The bullies certainly pick on um, uh, the two when there's two gay lads, they get picked on. So there's all this potential for a really messy ending. There's all this manipulation. There's like Tony Hale playing Mr. Worth, who's a teacher who vice principal um, confiscates phones when he sees them in people's hands, the sort of thing that will probably happen more in schools here now that there's more pressure to stop anyone up to the age of 17 from using social media, or maybe up to the age of 15. But certainly, there's a lot of pressure now uh, to stop hopefully stop the harm of social media for young people. Um, but yeah, I think this film, so 7 years old. In some ways it feels a bit more dated, but um, it is an interesting film. It's got some real highs, you know, nice, lovely character development, great acting. Um, but it does feel, you know, like it belongs in that decade, back in um, before 2018, really, 2017, 16. Um, I mean, unfortunately, things are getting worse again, and more people being forced back into the closet. Just watch videos about that, and it's just it seems really depressing, the situation, especially in America, but also here with the potential for situations for another, law that prohibits or makes it much more difficult for LGBTQIA plus kids in education. So I'm going to score it 8.5. I'd love to know what you think. Um, please like if you like this review. Um, Thanks if you subscribe. Please hit the notification bell, and hope to see you again soon. Um, thanks, thanks for watching. Bye for now.